Hey guys, welcome back. It is Lucid. We're jumping back into our game with early age Yomi. It's turn 21 in Ringworld. So, if you recall last episode, we did a bunch of site searching. It looks like it worked. We also are kind of pulling back as the immensely scary Fomorian god is running around killing all our stuff. We have kind of a well-deserved respect for, I think, Fomoria at this point. Even though he hasn't really recovered much, I can tell by how he's equipping his guy. I thought it was a joke when he cast Hell Power, but Hell Power is actually an important part of all that formula. Anyway, here's the Abyssian Elf Hate message for the day. Earth Gems, Fire Gems, and Alquill, very nice. Let's take a look at the sites we got. Smolder Stones, that's a Fire 1 site. Burial Mound, I think that's a Death 1. Ancient Temple, Astral 1. And the Gervaian Wall, that's a fort. Free fort. So, 1 Pearl, 1 Death Gem. And a fort, not bad. For Lanka, though. Unfortunately, though, it is going to impact Lanka's Sacred recruitment, because it's going to suck resources away. He was thinking about destroying it. I told him don't do that. Because while it will limit his Sacred recruitment and his cap, these guys cost upkeep, and very, very quick, Lanka can get, I think it's Blood 4. They get Rashaka Warriors, which are basically the same thing as the Palangsha. Is not quite as good. They don't have bucklers, but they hit a little harder. And they're upkeep free. So I was like, well, you know, like, this is a lot of money to throw away, right? It's basically a double upgraded fort. So, I mean, even getting this is going to be like, what, 1,000 gold? So he just needs to put a lab and temple in there. He'll be in business. Anyway, let's take a look at what happened this turn. So, we had a battle here. We also raided successfully. I don't know how much unrest we caused, but it wasn't nothing. Okay, and Lanka again fails to expand. Kind of comical. Or not expand, but go take that ocean province back from Fomoria. Fomoria's god comes out, only to Hell Power yet again. Okay, no, he's not going to, because we don't have enough here. Okay. Coming down here, it looks like we are successful with our raid on Fomoria. We kill his PD with our mercs, not bad. Lanka also expands over here. I can't remember if Indies took this or what it was. But anyway, there were Indies there. We found a gold deposit over on this planet. So this actually, we may want to afford it now. It's a reasonably high income place. As well as having just a ton of magic sites. And that's that. Coming down here, 18 death gems. Okay, luck haters, get out of here. Where else are you going to get 18 death gems in one turn? Nowhere. Lanka, again, being the master of luck, got attacked by Indies. Fortunately, he had a big group of dudes there, and they're probably going to kill these guys. It's a little glitchy. Actually, I forgot. I've got debug mode turned on, which slows the game down some, but it gives you slightly more detailed combat logs. I had that on when I was trying to figure out this whole rappel business. So anyway, if it looks glitchy on your end, it looks kind of weird and glitchy on my end too. Okay, so he kills him, but at some cost of Lankan life. Was that here? Oh no, it was down here. Okay. That was kind of a big indie raid. Let's actually go to that province. Let's see what the event was. Okay. I wonder... It looks like there was a preceding event, right? So we could have known that was coming. And I don't know, he had a big army here. I don't know if he looked it up. Okay, and then we have a bunch of palisades finish. So our palisades up here, we're going to actually, there's already a Lankan dude here, so we're going to go ahead and give it over to them. I'm not even going to recruit anything. Normally I would. But if I recruited something, I wouldn't finish it, and I think it would cancel production. I don't totally know how that would work, because I couldn't finish anything important. Somebody's also, I think, moving down here, though they can't move yet. I do want to... I actually could relinquish this province this turn because I want to upgrade it. But Lanka is making items to kill this guy. So I can kit one of these guys out to kill this super combatant. So the thing is, this is extremely hard to defeat. The ways I could defeat him that I think are a bit more reasonable are basically not going up and smacking him with the sword. Normally, if you have an SC equipped to kill another SC, and that other SC is geared up to kill armies, normally the anti-SC super combatant will win. Not the case for this guy in all my testing. So, killing him is going to be a big freaking problem. There's a few recipes to this that are going to actually end up working, and they're going to be pretty freaking tricky. One part is we need to get his defense down. There are a few ways we can do it. One way is we put lifelong protection. That will summon imps. Imps are actually going to be the key. We have to do lifelong protection. If we don't do it, we could do Skelly Spin, but I don't have enchantment researched. But we need those imps. We need them bad. The imps are going to help get his defense score down. They're also going to cause more repel checks, so that this guy's, what ends up becoming like 30 attack, don't block all of my Dione's attacks, which are only like 20. The other ingredient is we need to be able to go berserk. If we go berserk, we essentially don't care about the repel checks, but we still need the imps to get his defense down, because otherwise his defense is pretty ridiculous. And then finally, we need decent MR, which we're going to have to get through the Vine Shield stuff. Getting this defense down is actually really important, because if we can't get the defense down far enough, then we end up hitting the Vine Shield and we lose all our protection rolls. So, not totally sure. I need to experiment with all the different items, but one of the items I definitely need is a Flesh Eater. The other thing I probably want is a lifelong protection, and I've already done like hours of experimenting just getting this far. Then I need armor. I need enough armor so that I get hit by this thing, which is like a 40 damage attack, and I don't instantly die. I mean, not instantly die, but yeah, like die in 2 or 3 hits. And I can't switch forms on my Dione. I need to like legit survive. So I need high 30 protection, and then I'm going to get hit for like 10 damage. And then I can kind of regenerate that between getting hit, especially if I'm surrounded by imps. So that's kind of the plan. Yeah. So I need decent armor, basically, is what we're saying here. The lion skin's probably good enough. Boots, ideally, like the helmet, ideally would be the Gore helmet, and then the boots would be Kicky boots, I think, or boots of the messenger. This one probably bracers of protection for this slot for me. Because my ability to attack... Okay, if I weren't Berserk, my ability to attack would be based on my defense. But this is actually going to give me a lot more armor, and that will allow me to not die to repeatedly getting hit by the Frostbrand. Not 100% sure, but I think that's kind of going to be the best way to do it. This guy's a beast. He'll just murder Dione. So that is kind of the situation. Now, in terms of what do we actually do this turn? I think we are, even though it looks like we're crushing this guy, whereas we're really big and he's really small, we are not in a good position, and we both know it. But we don't want to take the pressure off, because then instead of fighting us for his lands, he'll be fighting us for our lands, and we don't really want that. So we're going to go right over here. He probably knows it. He's probably going to come defend and kill these guys. But whatever, it's the last turn on the Mercs. They already raided one province for me. That's fine. Down here, we're going to move these guys over this way. I do want to raid here, but I'm pretty sure they would get killed by whoever's patrolling this turn. Then I do want to put this fort back under siege so I can see how much unrest I have here. And then also I can potentially raid it again. Now, I think his Pretender God, I'm really worried his Pretender God puts on a Holy Scourge, or whatever it's called. That would be pretty freaking scary to me. I'm not sure he will, but if he does, it's really bad news for my Dione, because then I don't even know if it's possible for me to survive. But let's say he does, or he's potentially out of blood slaves, or wants to get more, or forge something for some. I'm kind of hoping this guy does something else aside from just patrol here, because there's a ton of stuff he wants this guy to do, like come out here and solo kill these big armies. Like, he wants to. He totally wants to. So that's kind of what I'm hoping, because this Dione that I'm sending in is basically going to die if he runs into his Pretender God. But I just want to put this thing under siege. If I put it under siege, we're in good shape. So, yeah. We've got a midget masher on him. He'll mess up little dudes. This will also be okay against his Pretender in that it's a Link 3 weapon, so it's only going to do the repel check against the Stone Bird. So even though this isn't geared up to get through necessarily all of the repel checking, it should do kind of okay, because I'm pretty high defense, so not all of my attacks will go through a repel check. And I only have to repel check because this is Link 3 against one weapon, which is the Stone Bird. So the repel's not going to do that much. The problem is I'm going to get hit by a lot of stuff. But ideally, I'm pretty strong, right? Because I've got Resist Cold for the Frostbrand. I've got Legions of Steel and Iron Skin. I should be pretty freaking strong. So we're going to come in here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose. I haven't actually tested this particular combo, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose if this guy's here. But if it's anything else, I'm going to kill it. And there's a small chance that I kill this guy. Small, but it's possible. Definitely possible. But pretty small. It's going to rely... The problem is I'm not going to be able to get through his defense. I'm going to miss a lot. I'm not going to get repelled a lot, but I'm just going to miss a lot because he has really high defense. But, I mean... Yeah. It's going to be bad. It's not a super high investment. This was an item I got for free. This was an important item. I did spend a Pretender God turn doing. These are kind of cheap. It's not that much. I mean, I do like my Earth Gems. But anyway, I think it's worth it. I want to keep the pressure up on this guy. I think it's highly likely this guy moves out to attack a different province. But you never know. Like, we've been basically giving up on this for forever. It's... Like, I haven't had Dione over here in a long time. So, okay, now we're we're continuing to raid. Moving guys around. Over here, we're side searching, we're relinquishing this. I think somebody's moving in this turn. I don't know if I can relinquish it the same turn he moves in. I think there's a guy here already. We're relinquishing this province to him. I'm building a lab here, and then I'm going to relinquish this one to him too. This one to him also. That way he can go ahead and build... a mage here while he's upgrading the forts if he wants to. And we're sending 2 hammers to Lanka and 40 death gems so he can start making us skull mentors. And I think that's about it. I think that's kind of all that's going on right now. More site searching and trying to keep Femoria pinned in while we come up with the counter to this ridiculous monster that is his Pretender God. Probably one of the hardest super combatants I've had to fight. Especially this early. And it'll get harder as he puts better gear on it for later. I mean, this is not like his final form or anything. Anyway, brilliant. I love seeing new designs, and I'm super glad this guy joined the game. Very, very cool, and we'll see how it goes. So I think that's it for this turn, and I think we're going to call it for this episode. See you guys next time.